Hi, today I want to talk about a third thinking mistake or mental model, following from the earlier ones that we discussed on all or nothing and catastrophizing. The next thinking trap is mind reading. This is when we are immediately assuming or believing that someone's thinking negatively about us, even when we do not have any evidence to prove it. In other words, when our minds jump to a negative conclusion about how others think of us. So let me share 3 examples relating to diet, exercise, and a workplace situation. First, imagine a scenario where you're on a diet and then you get an invitation to visit your favorite aunt, and she says she's so excited to cook a big meal for you. And you may think, it would be very arrogant of you to not eat every single thing that she cooks for you, and that she would be offended by that, right? But that's an attempt at mind reading how she feels, and that can lead you to feeling pressured by your own beliefs to eat a lot and jeopardize your diet. Instead, you could tell yourself, I'm not gonna assume how my aunt's gonna feel. I'll tell her that I appreciate her cooking and that I'm gonna sample and enjoy what I can, but I'm also gonna tell her that I'm currently on a diet to look after my health, and I hope she's gonna support me on that. So instead of assuming that she's gonna be offended, ask. And you might find that what's important for your aunt, after all, is to see you. The food is not as important as your social bond, and that she's gonna support your health because she loves you. Now, in the second example of exercise, we've come across situations where some people are afraid to start exercising because they assume that their friends are gonna make fun of them because they've never exercised before. And because of this mind reading, they sacrifice their health. Again, try to validate that assumption before jumping to a negative conclusion. Try asking these friends, hey guys, what do you think if I start exercising? What are some tips that you can give me to help me get started? And one day, I'm going to be ready to join all of you guys. So rather than assume that people would think that we're weird, approach them and ask for advice. And you might find that people are more welcoming and encouraging rather than assuming that they're gonna make fun of you or disparage you for wanting to try something new. And in the third workplace example, some people believe that their bosses might get upset at them if they leave the office earlier than the boss. Mind reading, right? So even if the boss had made a comment before about leaving early, it may be specific to one situation and not necessarily all the time. So if you do find yourself in this situation, what would you have to lose, right? By asking your boss, hey boss, I finished all the tasks that I was assigned to me today, so I'm gonna go home now and spend some time with the family or start exercising, right? At least you're gonna get an opinion from your boss, who may as well be supportive of you, right? For taking responsibility to have a balanced life and managing your stress and taking care of yourself so that you can start the next workday tomorrow more refreshed and energized, right? And if the boss wants you to stay back, you're not worse off. And you might also learn why your boss makes that decision. So don't be afraid and just assume that people are going to think negatively of us and judge us. Instead, approach them and ask for their feedback and avoid mind reading. There's another similar thinking trap or mistake called fortune telling, which is similar to mind reading, where we have a tendency to believe that a future event or outcome is going to be negative, even without finding more information or validating that assumption. This pessimistic outlook, whether it's mind reading or fortune telling, are barriers that can hold us back from leading happier, engaging, and more productive lives. So let's remind each other to watch out for these thinking traps and take care. And as always, let's keep things positively personal.